Hi everyone, welcome on back to my channel. So today I am doing my retwist as normal for the month. And if you're not new to my channel, my hair grows away from my locks. So every month I have to add the hairs that are loose back into the lock itself, which hasn't been a problem. I've been doing it every month since I noticed it was an issue in my journey. But today, I am noticing thinning, you guys. Look at this one. It's these two. These two, I feel like are thinning really bad at the base here. And I know it's probably because the hairs are not staying within the lock as the month is progressing for some reason, which they've gotten this long, and as you can see where it started and where it's going. I don't know, it seems like it's thinning. Maybe I'm not parting it properly enough to give it enough hair in order for it to strengthen itself, is what I'm thinking maybe. So I know one of you said to try maybe crocheting the lock, so I'm thinking I may try to do that with these two. And I know someone else asked me, well, why don't you just create new locks with the loose hairs that you find throughout your head? And this is the reason why, because the loose hairs are coming from a lock that already exists. And if I decide to make new locks out of this hair, then these locks right here are going to thin out even more and probably break off. So that's why I don't necessarily like to create new locks. Have I created new locks with the loose hairs? Yes, I have. And here is two that I can show you. This is the new lock that I created from loose hairs that I found here. And in this situation, it worked because the lock right next to it is not suffering if I take these hairs and create a new lock. So that's the difference in what I look for when I'm deciding, okay, should I make a new lock or should I leave it alone? So I usually look to see if the neighbor lock next to it will be strong enough, especially if the base and the part looks like it's going to be strong enough to handle, being able to separate those hairs and create a new lock. Or sometimes, like I said, this is like my postpartum area, and my youngest is 4, so this has been a long time ago. But with both pregnancies, I lost hair right here, and as you can see, it's not even fully back, and it's been 4 years since my last pregnancy. So I feel like this is definitely a problem area, definitely from my postpartum, where I lost my edges. I only lost my edges. The rest of my hair was fine, but for some reason my edges decided to disappear on both sides. So when I find that the hairs are finally deciding to grow back, then I'm like, okay, then you can probably create a new lock, because I know a new lock could definitely go right here. If these hairs thicken up and grow out properly, I could probably create a new lock here, I think, without an issue or a problem. So that's usually what I look for. And here like I said, I'm contemplating on crocheting the hairs into the lock to see if I can save these two locks. Or my other thing that I was thinking is I just may combine these together. And this is what the section will look like. It's a bit thick if I do that. So that's what I'm thinking, and that's usually the options I go for. But like I said, since these two look like they're running into some thinning issues. I was considering crocheting them. Or my other option, if I don't crochet them and see if that, helps the hairs latch on and grow out properly, I thought, okay, well, maybe I should combine them. And I have combined locks before. And the only thing is that this section of hair and the parting, I guess it's gonna be a little bit big. And that's the only thing I'm worried about, is my locks are small. So then I'm just gonna have this big lock right here. If I decide to connect these, because the part is so, I feel like it's pretty big of a section. So that's why I'm thinking I'm probably just going to try to crochet them and see if that helps the issue, and if I can get them to thicken back up. So I'm gonna start by twisting the hairs like I normally would onto the lock, and I'm gonna do the same for this one. And this is my crochet needle. This is a 0.75. I don't even know if you can see that, but that's what it says. I'm just gonna try to crochet the part where the loose hairs are and see if I can get them to lock onto the lock so they're not separating from the lock. So I'm just moving it back and forth, and then I kind of twist it. Like that. And I think I'm gonna do the same for this one. Just moving it back and forth where the loose hairs end here. And then I just twist it and do it again. So I'm only doing it just a little bit. I'm not trying to basically instant lock the whole thing, but I'm only wanting to instant lock it where it's separating. Spray and retwist as usual, like I normally would. Now that I've done that, and I want to see if this helps. Let's see if this helps the locks behave better. Okay, so I just wanted to come and show you that, and we'll see how it goes, how they perform for the rest of the month. Otherwise, I'm just going to combine them together, and it is what it is. If it's just a big lock right there, it's just going to be a big lock, because I definitely don't want to lose my locks. So that's just the issue I'm having at this point with the growing away from my locks is, you know, my locks don't stay retwisted for long, and they do separate within, like, I want to say like 5 days. So the top area here is my problem area. This is the area that separates the most every month and gives me the most issues. And definitely I believe it's because the top of my hair is a softer, looser texture. It doesn't grip or lock as good as the back, and definitely just because the hairs are just too soft up here. And it doesn't help that I have fine hair. So it's like I'm combating those two things, I believe. So we'll see how that works, but just wanted to come and update you on what's going on with my locks at this point in time. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye guys.